Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and today we're taking a look at Oops All 1-drops. Listen, Demonic Ruckus is a 1-drop, and I won't hear otherwise. No, the big advantage, or big nice thing about Oops All 1-drops compared to traditional mono red is it's cheaper, we have less rares and mythics and stuff, and because we're less invested in the quality of our creatures in the form of like Slick Shot Show Off or something, it's less of an issue when they get removed, or kind of, sort of. It's complicated. Our threat package is a full playset of Goblin Tome Raiders. These get haste off of Direflails, Jitays, and Moran Banesplitters, and are pretty good. Harried Spear Guards are also surprisingly useful in certain spots. Just having a chump blocker that can, chump block and then give you a rat to swing back with. Having something that can provide a body post sweeper or whatever if your opponent's not playing an exile sweeper. I've been very pleasantly surprised with how decent it's felt. Full playset of swiftspears, of course, cause yay, prowess. And a full playset of Phoenix Chicks. And a full playset of lackeys. The Phoenix Chicks also give us some durability against removal and stuff. The recursion clause is a little bit easier to trigger than traditional mono red because we are a little bit more go wide comparatively. And the lackey can also, kind of similar to the spear guard, give us some just additional utility or play compared to a vanilla creature, or like something without, death stuff. And then the fact that it has first strike haste is also just good, because it's a great sword carrier. We can, give it trample with monstrous rage, stick some swords on it, and it becomes very scary very quickly. So that's good. The equipment package, or like the kind of buff package we're using to get all those 1-drops up extra beefy, is 2 of the Demonic Ruckuses. They're just very good, Trample, Menace, +1/+1, it is nonsense. We're playing 2 of the Lost Jitays. I was just kind of testing this and have, settled on, yeah, it's decent. If you don't want to spend mythic wildcards on a Lost Jitay, you can probably just run, other swords, go up some Moran Banesplitters or whatever, but I've been just having a thing that, can help us grow our creatures over time and accumulate value over time can be handy, and it can also help with evasion of, saying, hey, that thing can't block this turn. Useful, but yeah, not absolutely mandatory or anything if you don't have them. 4 Monstrous Rages, super common. Moran Banesplitters, just +2/+0. Yay. It's a sword! Direflail, also the other sword that we're running. We don't ever really flip this into Dire Blunderbuss because we're pretty land light, but that is a thing that you can do. We're running 4 Ancestral Anchors too, just to help with card advantage and stuff, and 4 Akki Warpaints, just for more power, toughness, and kind of sword gameplay. Super basic mana base, 18 lands. Yeah, I think I'd say 16 at some point in the video, but don't worry about it. I was mistaken. If you like the deck tech and like the video and all that stuff, subscribe, etc., follow on Twitch, support me on Patreon, and so on. Links for things down below. Thank you, and let's get on to some actual gameplay. Also, keep. This hand is a bit wonky, but fine. Lead with the Harried Spear Guards. Play Swiftspear. We might be able to bully them with the Swiftspear. Yeah, Zenith Flare being the most heavily weighted is very funny. Also, I think that they use we don't know this, but I think they use that weighting in Standard. Or one of the things that I saw someone say that I agree with is just the Zenith Flare weighting's probably a holdover from when cycling was extremely annoying in Standard. And it's oh, so it's used in Standard matchmaking, maybe. That is a little bit more, speculative, but there's probably not that, Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. This is not my first game playing with Lost GT. It's correct to hold it, isn't it? Maybe not. I guess we can wait. And we can do, like... Yeep. Lackey. One of those weirdly sequencing intense turns. Also, we might just be dead after this turn, so you know, that's always a thing. Opponent, would you like to try to kill the swiftspear? I'd like to put a 1/1 counter on equipped creature. And then Monstrous Rage. I don't know how much damage this works out to. I didn't do that math in advance. I think we hit them pretty hard. Yeah, 6-2. Sorry, 7-3. Ooh, okay, yeah. Hit them for 11. Pretty good. Can they kill us this turn? We have a play, actually. Or we can do a GT thing. Untap target land, play out the Spear Guard to block Etching of Kumano, and try to not die. That would be nice. Not dying, one of my favorite hobbies. Anyway, waiting for our opponent to win or lose the game. What does this mean? Yeah, what is our line here? Because if the game goes long, they kill us with slick shot show-offs. That's not anything. We don't have any counters on the GT to do anything with. The main thing I'm looking at is if I should crack a Lackey. Because it feels bad to do that, because it has the monster roll token on it. But cards. More options for killing our opponent. I'm gonna give it a shot. Our swiftspear is quite big. That's a land. Not really what we were looking for. Sure. Counter on the GT, and then we might just be dead to slick shot show-offs again. Montagna? Triple slick. SL ick. Where Muscat Pilgrim heads at? Now, 1/1 counter on the swiftspear. GT. This is, oh god, this is legendary, huh? I don't know how I feel about the Lost GT. It's extremely bad in this situation. Like if this was virtually anything else, we win the game. I mean, I haven't... Maybe we still win. No, we don't. Big bonk? Big bonk eat spear guard. Sure. The spear guard might be unnecessary. Just helps encourage them doing this kind of block on the swift spear. Deals combat damage. Oh, the forge. That's fine. We have won the game? Oh, buddy, no. GT counters. The GT has a counter. Oh, opponent. Well, that was a game that was. GT actually mattering quite a bit there in terms of, like, aside from the goofy thing at the end, just outsizing some of their interaction and stuff, and yeah, good games to the opponent. Anyway, keep 7. We've got the 2 Aminals. Lead with the Phoenix trick, then we can do Bane Splitter Tome Raider next turn and hit them for 5. Love to see a tap land. Demonic Ruckus is awkward for sequencing, but I'm gonna prioritize this, I think. Because hitting them for 5 on turn 2 is cool and good. Opponent to 14. We might be continuing to delay the Demonic Ruckus, honestly. Ancestral Anger on Tome Raider, because that's the thing I'm most confident in wanting to do. No removal there. Plot Demonic Ruckus. I think that's an issue I've had in the past playing this deck, is like not respecting that we do need to plot the Ruckus. Boseiju. Opponent ramping me for some reason, I'll take it. How is that timing on that Boseiju? Don't. Yeah, Boseiju. Oh, it's a fight rigging deck. Okay. How do we want to apply pressure here? Is it just GT? It might just be GT. I suppose we can also... Actually, we can try to make them trade with the swiftspear too. GT does get the Tome Raider up to 2/2. Demonic Ruckus does give us some evasion on the swiftspear, which I should remember. So we should do this and this. And this. Utmost confidence. Counter on the GT. Do I lose despite, you know, despite this situation? Isn't fight rigging fun? Oh. Okay. We're fine. I say with confidence. We should be able to do the stack in a way that works, right? Or we can attack all to give ourselves some more flexibility and redundancy to interaction, too. 3 attackers next to blockers. Then Monstrous Rage on the Lackey, and they don't have anything, do they? So we will kill them. Good games to the opponent. I think I like this hand. I'd kind of prefer if one of the lands were like another ancestral anger or something, but it's okay. lead with the thing we're fine, eating removal, and pirates? Pirates or artifacts? I think there's a line of like playing out Tome Raider Bane Splittering there. I think I would prefer to do this attack and see what they block. They do block the Phoenix Chick, as I would have expected. So we can do this on the swiftspear. Make the swifty extra scary. And get value out of the sword. Tome Raider will have haste, then we can do that next turn. Brute! Oh, big fan of your cologne. No. Network Disruptor. Doing a tippy tap. Dire Flail. Dire Flail. Dire Flail. I guess we just do this on the Swift Spear. They're not representing interaction, and okay, we're finding all our equipment. Don't think it super matters what we play out at the Dire Flail. Do a big smash. Disruptor under the Tome Raider, opponent to 9. Do we want like Jite on They're gonna play defense with the 4/4, I assume? Attacking with the 4. Oh no, opponent, that's not the game right now. I admire the gumption, I guess. I say immediately punting. Play out equip Jite is, I think, better here than doing other stuff. Maybe that's not true. Either way. Yeah, play out equip Jite is better than playing out the Lackey. They can go to 1. Maybe they'll decide that that's worth it. They should probably trade for the... Oh, nope. Okay. Sure. Our opponent is risking it. The state of the biscuit remains to be seen. Spyglass Siren... They can't eat a Gendro? No, they're... okay. Sure. Is this a clever ruse? Oh no, opponent. Yeah, the Reckless Lackey does have haste. Akki Warpaint. I suppose there's an argument for Warpaint on the Lackey here, just to maximize the number of attackers. Does just seem... I don't know. I don't know, we have options. Jite on the Raider, because I assume they're going to block the swiftspear with... Sorry, I'm just thinking. Oops, all one-drop decks are annoyingly tricky to pilot sometimes, or they present so many decision points early that it's like, I don't know, is the high-speed hover bike worth it? I think I've consistently misplayed the Lackey over the past 2 or 3 turns or whatever, but listen, that happens. Get the Jite on the Lackey, because the counter can give the Lackey a point of toughness, which might be relevant. Oh, so they do have Fading Hope. Okay. Pass to attackers. Spyglass Siren dings us for 1. I'm more optimistic. Oh, I should. When you just see the hover. Prosperous Thief, that's fine. Yeah, I'm more optimistic about our ability to apply pressure with this kind of hand or limited game state as compared to this. I guess they can just throw the Spyglass Siren under the Lackey, which is like a bit awkward, but also kind of fine. Ruckus! Do 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 do. Yeah, Ruckus is not actually lethal here. So let's do some things. And by that I mean... Oh, sorry, you can do the... It's equipped creature, right? Yeah. Do this. Oh, okay. I get the Unctus, and then bounce there. The Ruckus, yeah, we're weak to specifically a Fading Hope. But we can Ruckus, equip GT, or equip Banesplitter. Banesplitter is maybe better? Just because it's more power and they're at 1. They are in a position where it's very difficult for them to pressure properly. Because a bunch of our threats have haste. Sure? Yeah, so the Dire Flail falls off, but that's fine. We do have lethal on... Use your map tokens, opponent. No! You use the map tokens to put things on the Prosperous Thief and Spyglass Siren. That gives you a productive block versus the Lackey, and no. Not like this. It would have worked too with the Disruptor top. That feeling when you're playing your opponent's deck for them. They've given up. Which, I mean, fair, like, that is valid too. But we won't fuss around too much because they want out. Good games to our opponent. Keep 7. I like this hand. It's a good hand. Pretty good, and it's maybe they did mull. Highest rank I've ever got would be number 4. Number 4 mythic, with Lear combo and whatever standard that was. Phoenix Chick number 2 goes do. Harried Spear Guard. Godrico. Extra thick God. Not doing the other one? Weird board state. I think it makes the most sense for us to just kind of go wide. We can't productively block Godric pretty much ever, so... Violence? Doing math, or trying to. We're 1 off of killing them next turn if we draw a Monstrous Rage. Right? Or do we kill them? Swifty. Hmm. I'm thinking too hard about this. Just stick it on a bird. Yeah, do this. It's tempting to get another prowess trigger from playing out the dire flail. That's slightly less damage this turn. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the lackeys back. Part of this is I'm not... I mean, maybe I should be more concerned about their hand. Shock. Is it a handful of burn? It is. God damn it. Yeah, so we could have kept the lackeys back, is the thing that lets us win there. Although then they shoot the lackeys and pressure with Godric anyway. Thick Godric. Too thick. I mostly like this hand. Kind of wish we had an artifact for Tome Raider, but it's alright. Or like double Swift Spears is quite good. Not to undersell the hand too much. Swifty goes bing bong, no cut down. Probably a removal spell here though. Kind of just want to play out a bunch of 1/1s. This is soft to specifically that 3-mana sweeper that I can't wait to rotate the Path to Peril or whatever. Can you tell I don't play sweepers? Although this gives us a rat afterwards too, and they'd be tapped out so our Ancestral Anger would resolve. The thought with doing this, aside from that, oh, that's not good here. Oh, friend. Oh, no.
Help, but I'm taking the credit. One of your friends has to leave.
Yeah, the thought with sequencing like that is that it just dodges situations where they have spot removal into blowout and like 2-for-1 the Ancestral Anger. Anyway. Sword! We get to hit them extremely hard. And little baby rat gets to murder, Sorry, I almost didn't do math. We can't kill them though, right? Because it's 14-15 to face. So I will take out Lily, I think. Very close to lethal there. I think 2 is good enough. That dealing with the Planeswalker is fine. Because here the main thing we're worried about, or soft 2 is a sweeper. Our opponent doesn't have it, so we win! Woo! Good games to our opponent. This is probably like a scoop on our draw step situation. Yeah, I was gonna say if they can trigger 2 synthesizers, then our ability to get through on the ground is non-existent. So we maybe can do something with the Phoenix. So Kenzen too. Woof. Whoa. Yeah, even when playing 16 lands, you can flood. Absolute landlord. We are on the draw. We're on the draw. It'll be fine. Okay. That's a little bit iffy. It is ambitious. We're at like, is it 66? Yeah, no, see, we're fine. Calculated risk. Do this. I'm more concerned about the Twin Blade Geist being a thing, honestly. I guess we could do the Harried Spearguard to play defense. I'm maybe not so concerned about that at this point in the game. Harried Spearguard's a good chump blocker though, so like, if they get a bunch of counters on the Geist, then okay. I've built this deck before. The like Oops All Double Strikers deck. I guess the lackeys are pretty good on blocks too, actually. Do we want to do that here, though? Is the thing I'm kind of stalled out on. Maybe get this down. Attack with one of the lackeys and something like this. Something like this. Maybe keeping the lackey back is bad there. Not... It's always tricky with... Okay. One lackey on blocks shuts off 4 damage. I am a fan of that. Do we just keep going in the air? We can crack a lackey to try to dig a more definitive win? I think we'd like to do some violence. We can figure it out as we go. I like a lackey and I like a spear guard on blocks. Everything else is a 1/2. So it will get to deal combat damage if they block with any of it before it dies, or like they'll trade, but they will get the 1/1 double strikers, and this is... okay? This feels like a good mix between defense and pressure to me. Twin Blade Geist does give them a connive trigger on a Virtuoso, which is maybe a concern. That does make the Spear Guard block better. Or, like, jumping. Nothing? Okay. Violence? Definite attackers. We'll try this. Tome Raider trading with a Virtuoso? I'm playing this too conservatively, aren't I? We'll hold up a lackey activation. If they can give the Virtuoso Trample or some other form of evasion, cracking the lackey is our best use of I'm overthinking this. Yeah, our opponent is playing like mono-white double strikers and, I don't know, Homestead Courage, protection effects, etc. That deck can be good, but they get stuck on 2 and just have kind of fumbly draws, whereas we're, you know, oops, all 1-drops, we get to play everything we draw, and that's neat. Good games to our opponent. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.